Morning everyone, it is time for a new pattern. Pattern-collections.com is where you want to go to find the pattern. I'm going to use this one, Lead Low or Lie Low. It's a cool sort of lily flower-like pattern. Really cool. So that is where we're aiming. Isn't that beautiful? I think it's just stunning. Step outs are fairly straightforward. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make this shape here. Make this sort of leaf rice shape, and then these two shapes like that. Second is this little stem at the bottom, right here. Third, you're going to come up with this same sort of shape, like that. Okay? And then fourth, we're going to sort of echo or aura this by coming around here, like so, here, and here. And then we can put these dots in the middle. You don't have to. And then this part here also is another, you don't have to. And then here's some variations of shading and so forth. We'll see what happens when I get to that point. I may stop at step 4. I may do something different in step 5 instead of dots. I'm not sure yet, but for sure you want step 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's basically the base pattern. The rest of it's just embellishment. So I'm going to turn on my light so we all can see, and so I get rid of all these shadows. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. My camera's a little crooked. Let me fix that. Ah, better. Okay. Tighten that up on my tripod. Perfect. Aha! I'm doing it on a big page because I envision in my head it more in a mandala-like shape. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm seeing it that way. I'm not sure. I'm gonna give myself a few just really light pencil guidelines across the middle like that. And then I think I want to maybe here like that. Give myself a little guideline. That might be too big. Maybe a little smaller. I don't know. A little bit further down. Something like that. Okay, so I've given myself a little, can you see that? Pencil marks of where I want to kind of place things. Start with my 01 pen. And I'm going to maybe do this part first. Do I want the rice shape first? Okay. I'm going to do the rice shape first. That's the first part of step 1, and I'm going to do it on all 4 sides. Like that. That's where I'm starting. Zoom in a little bit more. And then out to here is where I'm going to put my sort of outward petally like shape, like that, right? And then like this and like that, and like this and like that, and like this and like that. That petally shape doesn't quite match, but you know what? I don't care. They're similar. They don't have to be exactly the same. Okay, now let's draw one of these. So this one's got up like that, and up like that, and up like that, and up like that. I like that one better. This one was a little small. I like this width better. Like that. So I've got one kind of smallish one. It's a little out of place. But they're all 4 different sizes. They start small and they get bigger as I go around. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. And then here we're going to go kind of like a blooming onion petal, sort of, right? Like that. Something like this. And I didn't do the little stem bits. I'm not sure I want them. I'm not sure I want them. You can put those stems in there, but I don't think I want them. I think I'm going to do some more like feathering here instead. It's already hot in here. I'm gonna have to turn on my air. I don't like turning on the air because it's a little loud, but I'm gonna have to because it's summertime. Oh, air is coming on. Something like that. That looks cool. Okay, I'm going to erase all my pencil marks so that I don't have those bothering me. Not that they're very dark, they're very, very light, but I like to erase my pencil marks. And then do some dark. Ooh, I went outside my line. Yeah. Something like that. Oh, it's got those dots to fill in there. I'm not sure I want them. I'm going to leave it without for the moment. So how are you guys doing? This week at work is going to be inventory week. It's going to be a hard week. Inventory day itself isn't so bad because there is a inventory crew that comes in and counts all of the merchandise on the sales floor. That's not so hard. The hard thing is preparing for inventory. We have to make sure that every item that can be put out onto the sales floor is put out, because then we don't have to count it. And then anything that's in the stock room that's not out on the sales floor, we have to pre-count for inventory. So all during this week, we have to go back into the stock room and count everything that we have back there. And then it all gets a report put on it, and once it's counted, we can't touch it. So we have to make sure we've put out as much as we possibly can out onto the shelves, because then if a customer decides they want something and we've already pre-counted it, we're not allowed to bring it out of the stock room. So we have to basically just tell the customer, sorry, we don't have any available for sale. Which is true. We don't have any available for sale. We might have some, but we don't have it available for sale. And then we have inventory on Friday, and our truck comes Wednesday night. So between Wednesday and Friday, we have to have everything off the truck, including displays and everything else, completely unloaded and unboxed and put away. And that's a lot. So we have people from other stores coming to help on Wednesday and Thursday. And hopefully we will be completely ready. And then of course Thursday night we have to completely straighten the entire store. Every single item has to be where it belongs so that it gets counted as the proper item. Because if you have item A and it has been put into the slot for item B, they will count it as item B, and that doesn't work. So everything has to be properly straightened, and that can be a challenge in our store. We have customers that like to hide stuff. The coupon people, I don't know what is the deal. Like, they don't want to buy it right now. They want to come back later and get it. So they'll take merchandise and they'll hide it behind other merchandise. Find it all the time. And then of course, you know, they never come back. And so it's quite the challenge to straighten the store sometimes. Most often we find that with clearance merchandise. It's like they found it, they don't want anybody else to have it, but they don't want to buy it right now today, and so they hide it. And it's just annoying. But the straighter and cleaner we can keep our store, the less they tend to do it. So that's also a bonus for trying to keep our store as neat and tidy as possible. But you know, sometimes you have that one customer that lets their child run amok and doesn't pay any attention and just lets them grab stuff off shelves and just leave it on the floor, or even worse, knocking things over. Like, they'll stand there and push on the products on the shelf and just knock everything over, and the parent or the guardian of that child doesn't say a word, just lets them do it. It's like, really? And then we have to straighten that whole thing. The other thing customers do is just pick something up and then just set it down wherever. You know, if you don't want something and you're shopping, just a FYI, a tip for you, you know, none of the cashiers, none of the staff at any store that I know of will be mad at you if you hand them the item and say, I changed my mind, I don't want this. I would much rather put it back myself than for you to take this shampoo and decide you don't want it, so you stick it in the check stand candy at the last minute. We don't need shampoo in the candy. We just don't. Hand me the shampoo. I will put it away later. It's okay. But, you know, don't just leave your crap everywhere. That's just annoying. I'm on a rant today, can you tell? I think I want this between the I think I want this dark. Going to fill the rest of that in, but I'm going to get my brush pen out so that it's faster to fill in. Like that. I think I want the next thing I want to do. I'm going to sign it. I think I want some kind of growing bits coming up here to fill that space. Something like that. Kind of fill the space on my page. And now I want to shade. I'm going to do in here as well. That. Okay, I'll start with that. I need my smaller smudger. I'm going to use the big one for this though. little carried away with my pencil, so I would just come out here and erase it. You can do that, you know. You're allowed. Okay, and now I'm going to get my smaller smudgy stick. Where is it? There it is. And then you know what I'm doing next, don't you? Next is going to be time for the white highlights. Because, you know, I'm on a green paper. White highlights, perfect. Grab my pencil. This one is a Faber Castell Gold Faber, cheap one. Not a Polychromos, but a cheaper Faber Castell, but they all work fine. It's just a little less creamy, a little harder, I've noticed, for this one. But that's okay, because it just means I don't have to sharpen as often. See? Look at how pretty that is with white. I love it. I just love it. So this is almost done. On the next pattern, we're going to do on the cot. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure how you say it, but that's the one I'm going to do. It's one that caught my attention because it's so completely different than anything we've ever done. And so I thought, well, we should do it. It's almost to the point where I call it weird, which is a good thing to do when you're let's do something out of our comfort zone and completely learn something different than what we've done in the past. Tinted. You can't see that. Oh, that's dust on my camera screen. Is that on the lens or just on the screen? It's just on the screen. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much done. I need to put the name. I haven't done that yet. Come on. There we go. Okay, that was fun. I really enjoyed this pattern, this sort of blossom shape. Really nice and easy to do. And I just had fun today. So on the next one, like I said, it's going to be cone caught. I think that's how it's. Let me look. C-O-N-C-A-U-G-H-T. So Concott. Yeah, that's what's next. I will see you on the next video. You guys have a great day. Go out and do something nice for someone today, and let's make the world a better place. And be nice to your cashiers and your workers at stores, and don't leave garbage everywhere. If you pick it up, put it back where you found it, and if you don't know where you found it, hand it to a staff member and they'll put it back. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.